what you want to accomplish in the 2025. I had 3 challenges. We all feel like that. If you change one of those states, you change all of them. And they sold me this idea that I'll make £10,000 in sales. If we stay where we are, we never grow. And when I was driving, boom, I had an accident. And now it's your choice how you live that life. You are the hero of your own story. Immerse yourself, because the best is to make the decision in the moment. When you are in the moment, you are in a good state, you make that decision. Because if we wouldn't make that decision with Andre, when we've been on that event, we wouldn't be doing the Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins in 2 weeks' time, because we would have a different objection. Something would come in the way and we'd be like, because this program is $6,000, this Date with Destiny, and we might be like, it's maybe not a good time, maybe not do it. But because we've done it in the moment, in the state, now we are looking forward to it, and every single time. And I'm booked for another event with them for next year. When you are working on yourself, maybe in your business, you felt down a bit. Like you were like, not today. When we feel down, we were like, not today. And I felt like 2 days ago, I woke up, I have a little bit sore so you can hear. We all feel like that. In business, in life, in relationships. Sometimes we feel like for granted, and we are not in a very good state. And I've been with that state many times, and I believe you all did. And the secret to it is, if you change one of those states, you change all of them. And which one is the easiest to change? Physical. So why do we dance? Because we are changing this physical state, which is the easiest to change. Because if you'll be sitting down and you're like, I'm not feeling good, you're not gonna change anything. But suddenly at home, you go for a walk, you do 10 push-ups, do whatever makes you change this physical state. And I did it many, many times, even when sometimes I have a coaching client call at 8 p.m. Who books a call at 8 p.m.? But my calendar is open, so we do. But the thing is, sometimes my kids are crazy for 2 hours beforehand, and I'm exhausted. And now I need to go on that call, and I'm not 100%. And would you want the coach who comes on your call and he's not 100% or she's not 100%? Would you want that coach and pay him money? No. And exactly, so that's the thing what I do, and I tell everybody, or my clients or my coaches, to do the same. If you are in that low state, just change the physical state, because that will change everything. We only grow and we become somebody else and something more if we get out of our comfort zone. Is that right? If we stay where we are, we never grow. What do you want to accomplish in 2025? Because you all have, even you have business or you want to start a business, and you certainly have some goals. And if you don't have goals for the next year, probably not going to happen, right? So I want you to just take 2 minutes and think of what you want to accomplish in the 2025. What is the first question usually people are asking? What shall I do? How? And people are focusing on how. But if you are focusing on how, you are asking the wrong question. Because firstly, we need to find out what, right? Which you answered. You all did the exercise. So you firstly figured out your results, right? So what is the second question? What you want was the second one. Why is that important? So we'll do another exercise. But before we'll do it, I would like to share with you my why, so you can get to know me a little bit. I've signed up for a biggest festival ever with my food truck. They called me. I said, do you want to join this festival? How much does it cost? What do I need to do? And I've been in the food truck business only for 3-4 months. And they sold me this idea that I'll make £10,000 in sales. They said like, your size of the food truck with the footfall what we have, you'll make £10,000 turnover. And they're like, £1,500 to enter, 500 per each day. I had 3 challenges when it came to it. Challenge number 1, I didn't have the £1,500. Challenge number 2, I've never cooked 1,500 portions of meals, because this is how much it takes in the food truck to make 10,000. And challenge number 3, I never hired the staff. I didn't know any of those things. But the thing is, I took what? Action. So I've hired the staff, I have cooked days and nights, just myself, and I have borrowed money from Andre to enter the festival. If the event goes well, after paying all the staff, all the food, I'll make around £4,000 to £5,000 profit. I was like, wow, that'll be something. I used to go with my food truck, and I made sales in £150 a day, and it didn't even cost like the fuel and get there, so I wasn't making any money. And it was this like, yes, Foodies Festival, big event. I was so happy. There were so many people coming through those doors, and we were just selling the food and selling, and I'm like, wow, that's great. And at the end of the day, I calculated how much money we made, and we made £800. I said to myself, it's okay, it's just Friday. Saturday is better actually, because people are not working on Saturday, so they'll come earlier. It's gonna be a better day. We can make tomorrow 3,000, maybe Sunday 3,000. We might not get to 10, but it'll still be a great day. And I was right. It was a much better day. People came early, and we were doing it. I mean, we were so busy. I've never been so busy with our food truck. And at the end of the day, I calculated how much money we made, and we have made £1,200. So my expectation from making 10,000, suddenly my standard dropped. It wasn't anymore about making money, and it was about not losing money. It was about breaking even. So as you can imagine, the first day, I didn't come full of energy for that show, for that foodies festival. I didn't. And when I turned up on the festival, I came to my food truck, and there was this guy in yellow vest. And he looked at me, like, "Are you a trader?" Yeah, it's my food truck over there. I have to apologize, but we have to close the venue because of high winds. Not the thing what I wanted. But what could I do? I parked the food truck, and I started driving home. And when I was driving, boom! I had an accident. I crashed into the sidebars of the road. Luckily, nothing happened to me. I managed to pull over on the side, but I was shaking. I've just lost 3,000 pounds, which I don't know how to pay back. All the food, what I thought I'll save for the next Saturday and Sunday, when I was booked for the event, it's all over the floor. The reason I crashed is different reason I told my wife. I told her that I crashed because of high winds, because was the reason why the event was cancelled. It took me around 6 years to tell her that I crashed because I was tired and I fell asleep. But I was too ashamed to say it because I'm the man. I should provide for my family and not crash and lose money. But it's not the worst thing what happened. When I got home and I parked the food truck, I was about to sell it. I was like, I'm done. And from the doors of our house, my wife came and she was holding our 2-week-old baby Szczepanka. And in that moment, I started crying. I didn't start crying because I've just had an accident. I didn't start crying because I've just lost 3,000 pounds. Do you know why I started crying? Because for 6 days and nights, I was preparing for the event, I was being there, but I wasn't being with people I loved the most. I wasn't there for my kid when she was the youngest and when I was supposed to be there for her. And in that moment, I realized that I need to reset my values a little bit differently. And my why, my driving force, is mainly to create a great life for my kids. Now I have 3 daughters. If you'll be focusing on results, on goals, for the wrong reasons, you're not gonna get there. And there is a lot of people like that. They want to be rich. They are doing it because of money. I don't know, they want to have bigger houses. But the thing is, only people who keep going, and if something happened, like shit things in the restaurant, and an hour and a half later we are here, only people, they have their why, and they know why they are doing what they are doing. You were born for something big. Somebody said it today, and it was Tendai. You won the race. You did. From millions of others. And now it's your choice how you live that life. The best feeling we are experiencing in our lives is when we grow and when we give. We live in a society where money are important, that's true. But the thing is, once you get them, you realize there's much more about than just money. And you know that because you are 25 years from now. What are you giving back to your friends, to society? And yes, will they come challenging times? They will. But with these 2 empowering beliefs, you'll overcome everything you ever want. You are the hero of your own story. Nobody else. Nobody can tell you otherwise. If somebody tells you it's impossible, you'll tell them it is possible. Maybe you are grateful that you finally met like-minded people who are there for you and who can be there for you for the rest of your life if you allow that connection. We are all different, we are all unique in our own way, and be grateful for that. Be grateful for what you have. Sometimes we don't need to look for the future because we can experience and be grateful in every single moment in our lives. You cannot be fearful and grateful in the same time. It doesn't exist. You are either one or the other. Heart is the most beautiful organ in your body. Be grateful for everything what you've got in your life. And remember this thing. It's very important to find gratefulness in small things in our lives. If you are building a business or life, sometimes we are waiting for that big thing to happen and after we'll experience joy. No, you can experience joy every single day. It's your decision. I experience joy when I look at my children, how they smile, how they make me smile. What is it for you? I would like you to repeat after me. I will lead, not follow.
I will lead, not follow.
I will believe, not doubt.
I will believe, not doubt.
I will create, not destroy.
I will create, not destroy.
I'm a force for good.
I'm a force